Where's my darn face at? Oh, it's covered up by bowling pins. Get your stuff together, Porter. Come on. Let's do this. Ah, there we are. So smart. Ha! Ha! I think we're in. I think we are here, and I think it's good. I think all is good. I think all is good and all is great. Pretty sure. Settings. Well, son of a bee. I've been live streaming in 720 for how long? How long has that been happening for? I paid for 1080. Why am I live streaming at 1080? Good grief. I need to change that. I need to fix that before next week. Good gravy, Matt. Pay for something you don't use. Like every single subscription service I have. Every single last one. It is Friday night. We are live, everybody. Welcome in. This is ADHD Whiskey. My name is Matt. And tonight we are live streaming amongst a slew of other channels. Amongst a slew of other ones. That's okay. It's okay. Those just kidding. That's a joke. What's going on, everybody? Michael S. is in the house. Michael S. Whiskey Berg. Good evening, all you wonderful whiskey people waiting on the master to arrive. That's me. Oh, that was early on. That was totally early on. Tony Baka Donuts, Wendy Miller, Joey Friggin B is here, Justin Potts, Josh Fritz. If you're blue and you don't know who to talk to, then you just talk to Josh Fritz. Because it rhymes with Fritz. CJP Bourbon is here. John, just John, says cheers all. What's up, John? Chris Miller, Aaron Donovan, Rare Brad, Oak and Agave. Wonder if I always thought that was Oak and Agave. Oak and Agave. Corn and Whiskey, Bob Belkovic. Bourbon Retriever is up in this mother. Gary friggin' Franchi is in the house. World's Worst Bourbon Channel, checking in. Ty Leezy is here. Richie Z, legend. Power down to the Richie Z is in the house. Casey Pavlik. Casey? Casty? I've never heard of a Casty before. It's got to be Casty. It's got an IE on the end. There's no possible way the A is what do you call it when it's a soft A? If it's a long A, what's a short A? Casty would be a long A. Wow. Hooked on phonics. Am I right? Casey Pavlik is here. Bourbon Jerk is in the house. Richie Z, again. Just got to say Richie Z 1,000 times. My notifications are blowing in. Just my boss hitting me up. World's Worst Bourbon Channel is in the house. On two different accounts. Nice. Hollywood Marine is here. Mike Keller. Forgate Whiskey Chris is here. YOLO, drink more Forgate. Yeah. By the way, I did pick in the end from that Forgate stream at 8 year. It was the lowest proof of the bunch, but it was the most glorious flavor profile of the bunch. It was 8 year. That's what's left of that sample. The Forgate, which I believe, if it's not being finished already, is going to be finished in California red wine casks. And I trust that Forgate will do it right, because they always do it right. Do it right. They do it right. Do it tight or something. Hopefully this microphone's working. I'm using this thing again. because I need to get new alligator clips. Is that what they're called? For my lavalier mic. Because it'd be rubbing on my neck and doing the thing every 10 seconds. Ugh. Casey says, Casty like nasty. Casty like nasty. Oh my god. Casty. Okay. Understood. That sucks if that's the only. What other word does casty like? Pasty? Casty like. Yeah, there's not a lot of words that rhyme, huh? That's unfortunate. You gotta go to nasty. And Lutz is here. Custom LED Bikes is here. Lighting up the streets and sidewalks and bike lanes around the world. Thank you. Says congrats on your job. Thank you. Jesse Schroeter. So, man, I know you, but you don't know me. I feel like I do know you. And even if I don't, that's fine. Great pick. Congrats, Matt. Oh, yeah. It's going to be tasty, I'm sure. It's going to be friggin' tasty. All right. We have a fun stream planned for this evening. I have 3 single barrels that are going to be released in June for Barrel King, along with the 2 blends. I put out that video earlier today, a couple hours ago. 2 blends that are coming out for Barrel King in June for gold members is my first weeded blend, which is it's weeded Wheatish Fish, batch 85. It is a blend of 7-year 5145.4 weeded Indiana bourbon, 116.4 proof. And why do I keep showing it to nobody? There, it's absolutely delicious. I love it. Very, very happy with it. I'm proud of it. Hopefully, if you get a bottle, you agree. It's Wheated Fish. And then batch 88. Somebody in chat actually mentioned that it should be Back to the Future themed, and it is. It's Batch to the Future. 6 and 9-year 21% MGP bourbon blended and finished in Stag and EC23 barrels, Barrel King Alpha and Beta barrels. Absolutely ridiculous. This kicks my weeded blend's ass. I mean, my weeded blend is just straight bourbon. And Jared just went balls to the walls with this 88. And it definitely hit 88 miles per hour. And anybody who buys this bottle will absolutely love it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And your satisfaction is my guarantee. I guarantee it. So 88 and 85. Then there are 3 weeded single barrels also available for Barrel King in June. And I'm going to taste through those this evening. I already have them poured. I'm going to taste through those. And that's going to happen. Also, I have some samples from Penelope. Penelope sent me some samples of their newest creations that I will taste through. Bold move from Penelope, I tell you. I'm just not a huge toasted whiskey fan, usually. And we have the Architect and a toasted bourbon batch 24, Architect build 10, and then barrel strength bourbon batch 18. So looking forward to getting into those. One of their toasted ones that I bought was really surprising to me. It's very, very good. Also, I have a couple samples that we'll taste Bhakta. It is, actually, they sent me this tiny little miniature Bhakta Armagnac cask finished bourbon whiskey distilled in 2013. Pretty sure this was last year's release. But I have sent me a full bottle of this year's release. Armagnac cask finished 2014. So we'll get into that. And then they also sent me Bhakta distilled 1973, which I believe is an Armagnac. Is just Armagnac, I think. a 50-year-old Armagnac. Is that right? Let's see. Bhakta, 1973. Yeah, it's an Armagnac, a 50-year Armagnac. So we'll taste that together. But first, before we do anything else, while we were cleaning for our home inspection, doing our spring cleaning, I went through some totes and some boxes, and I found two samples. Two samples. 1 and 2. And they had a note attached to them that says, if you want to blind these, thanks for the awesome content. Cheers to a SJ in my honor. Aaron Johnson sent me samples who knows how long ago. So let's do these first. Sample 1 and sample 2. The cap came off with a crack. Nice little crack. Sample 1 will be in the Jeremy Sayers whiskey glass. Sample 2 will be in the whiskey glass with no face on it at all. All right. What are in these sample bottles? I have no idea. I don't know if they're even, I don't have any clue this could have been years ago. This could have been so many years ago. The Baka 1973 is around $600 around here last I saw. Yeah, I thought I saw that it was an expensive bottle. It looks like MSRP is like $400. So, yeah. They also sent me a couple extra samples that we can do some giveaways with eventually. I've been wanting to do a giveaway for a couple of weeks now, but I refuse, and I know that sounds rude, but it is not. I refuse to do any other giveaways until every last thing that I owe you folks from giveaways or Patreon giveaways, things like that, until every single one is sent out. I'm not doing anything else because that would be bad sportsmanship if this were a sport. So hopefully next week we'll be doing giveaways for these Bhakta 1973 samples. They also sent me a couple extra of these little guys, and yeah, got some good stuff coming. But none of it's good if none of you get the stuff you are owed. And if my satisfaction is guaranteed, your satisfaction is my guarantee, then it's probably best that everyone gets everything sooner than later. It's Party on Bourbon. What's up, party people? Dara's in the house too. I double dare you to go subscribe to The Average Drinker if you're not. Boom. Dara joke. First sample is oddly familiar from Aaron Johnson. Maybe Buffalo Trace, maybe MGP. You would think that I would be able to pick out an MGP nose immediately now. But I haven't been drinking a lot of Buffalo Trace. And this smells maybe sweeter than MGP. Maybe a Buffalo Trace distillate on glass one, possibly. Could be wrong about that as well. Penelope. Casket salesman is here? Oh, geez Louise. And Lutz says, tried to score a Father's Day bottle from Garrison's today, but the site crashed. Yeah, if they're these websites aren't up to snuff or whatever you call it, up to, sometimes you just say things and have no idea what they mean. It's just what you've heard before, and then you're like, should advice try that. If they're not up to, their servers aren't great, then yeah, influx of people will crash them every time. Thad, I'm back to work just in time for Barrel King next release. Heck yeah, Thad. Boom, high five. Way to be back to work. Christine Vasco is here. Jerry says the 50 Armagnac is killer. Awesome. Probably taste that last. Just because it's an Armagnac. But I'm looking forward to it as well. Hollywood Marine can't get any satisfaction. 20 bag months if I subscribe to BK now. Will I get June bottles? Yes. Yes, you will. All right. Oh, now that I go back to glass 1, it's like it rebarreled itself for extra years because I'm getting an influx of oak on the nose. Huh. The more I nose that, the more I'm thinking it's not Buffalo Trace or MGP. It almost smells maybe like I don't know what Four Roses smells like. I've never called Four Roses on the nose. That might be Four Roses. Oh, wow. Sample. Okay. Sample B or 2 could not be more different. That's a rye. If that's not a rye, it is some sort of extremely finished something. Glass 1 bourbon, glass 2 rye. All right. Go for a taste of glass 1 from Aaron Johnson, blind. We'll do the reveal after it just says to blind them. So no rules here. Ooh. Much lighter on the palate than I expected. Very cotton candy-like and oaky. Low proof, maybe around like 10 years old, 12 years old. Very good. What could that be? Weller 12 maybe? Again, I don't know when these samples arrived here, but it definitely hasn't been recently. Glass 2, what I think is a rye. Oh wow. That got funky on the end. That got a bit weird, a bit berry and weird. Why? Definitely a rye. It's bitter in the middle. I don't think that's a finished rye. Or I don't think it's a straight rye. I think it might be finished. In what, though? Huh. Although glass 2 is more like prominent and like has more of a burst of flavor. Started out good. I wasn't a huge fan of the finish on the second glass. Therefore, I will say that if I had to go to one to drink, I would choose glass 1 most of the time. If I was in a wild mood and wanted to get a bit weird and funky, then glass 2. I would ride that rye train. So now let's see what they are. Whoops. Sorry, Aaron Johnson, that it took me however long it's been to do this blind, but consider it done. Just friggin' did it. 113 people in chat. Thank you so much for being here. Means a lot to see everyone still in chat. I know that SLB is doing a live stream as well. I think Curiosity Public is on. So thank you for choosing to spend your time with me. Dragon, love you a lot. By the way, SLB using my music at the beginning of their live stream. What's up with that? Not this music. The music in my videos. I thought I was going crazy. I went in there just to say hi, and they hadn't started streaming yet. And I was like, what's happening? Why is that so familiar? It's the music in all my videos. I didn't write it. It's not my music. It's free for everyone to use. I was just like, what the heck? I thought I was being crazy for a second. That's okay. I'm going to transfer over to derogatory gangster rap very soon. So sample 1, by the way. obviously I'm okay with. It's on my music. Anybody can use any music. Just thought it was a little strange. Just a little. That's okay, though. I feel like the more I talk about me not being bothered by it, the more it looks like I'm being bothered by it. And the more I'm wondering if I'm bothered by it. I'm not. But just by me saying that, I feel like it sounds like I am. Maybe I am. Maybe I did poop my pants. Glass 1. I don't even know why I brought it up. Widow Jane 10-year. 10-year anniversary bottle, 100 proof. Okay, I thought it was lower proof than that. I was thinking around 90. So it is 100 proof. But I got the age right. Widow Jane 10-year, 100 proof. And then the second glass was Rebel Empire Emerald Rye, barrel proof. Okay. I hadn't had the barrel proof Emerald Rye before. So that was fun. They were two totally different pours. And I don't think I've had either of those. I've had Widow Jane 10-year, but not the 10-year anniversary. Still good, though. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, I'm going to set these aside so I don't confuse them with other stuff. Oh, another whiskey glass awaits. Nice. Oop. What's happening? What was that? I don't know. I turned on my notification. I mean, normally I don't have my notifications on. It's just silent. But then when my wife wants to communicate to me, she thinks I see her texts and I don't. So I just decided that I would turn them on. Does it do much for my attention? No, it does not. That's all right. You're not here for my attention span. That is very, very clear. Jason Kobe, World's Top Whiskey. Happy Friday. Y'all got my batch 81 today and get to pop it with you. Awesome. Crack it. Let me know what you think. Batch 81 changes a little bit after you open the bottle. Just changes a little bit. Your card is too young for SLB. Wait, SLB is on? Gotta go. I know. Did I go bowling this week? We'll get into bowling. Don't let me forget. Ben Chrisman, an ADHD SLB collab video. Yeah, those guys are, I'm not sure, where do they live? They're not very close. I think they're on the East Coast, aren't they? Pretty sure. I don't think that they're near Colorado, but I would. Damn it! They're not going to do Jake Gangster Rap. They better not. They better not. America Us. I'll America you as soon as I get the chance. Oh, gosh. All right, James, have a good night. He's out. Kids are calling. Indiana. SLB is... Oh, Indiana. Okay. Indiana. North what? North... Do twist-off bottles still get America's? Oh, yeah, for sure. As long as they're bourbon, you know? Northwest Indiana. That means Northwest Indiana. I'm trying to think of, is Northeast Indiana is below Michigan. Northwest Indiana is below Illinois. Is that right? I'm swinging by there in a couple months. Tony Bag of Donuts. Hells yeah. Gold King. Wow, man. Barrel King Gold confirmed I'll get the email on the 7th. Hells yes. So Chicago. Valpo? Yeah, I used to live in Chicago. We traveled into Indiana once in a great while. Not very often. Obviously. Hopefully they're not too far northwest. If you get what I'm saying. I want to do these. I'm going to do these Penelope bottles, and then I'm going to do the single barrels for Barrel King, and then the Bhakta stuff. Yeah. I've got so much stuff lying around. Like, what's this stuff? I don't even know. Like, I'm telling you, when I was cleaning this place, I got these samples, and like, I don't even know when I got this stuff. I feel so bad. They were in a tote. Highline. Come on. Oh, see, Highline. There's one. This one's a American whiskey, 112 proof, and I got 97 proof triple rye, whatever that is. Oh, 102 milliliter proof bourbon, it says. Whatever 102 ml proof is. Come on, get into focus. And then an 8-year Kentucky whiskey, 100 proof. Well, look how light that is. Whew. You can see my face through it almost. Try to see. Oh, nope. I can't get the angle right. But, yeah, that's light stuff. Huh. That's Highline. And then I have stuff from Two Souls. Jeez. I gotta get my act together. Oh! Breaking stuff. By the way, ever do a Chicago sunroof? No, Bourbon Jerk. I've never done a Chicago sunroof. Were you able to clip a dance out at the end of their live stream on Tuesday? Not yet. I got a couple of messages saying I should clip it, and I'll go back and clip it. I will. By the way, the final voting for Matt Madness seeding is happening now and tomorrow morning for the 4th, 5th, and 6th seeds. As soon as all that's settled, emails go out. I just got my sample bottles. They arrived yesterday. I was thinking about having Matt Madness start. Then I was like, dude, you don't have any sample bottles, like the sample bottles. So I had to order those. Those came in. So hopefully a week from tonight will be the beginning of Matt Madness, which also will be like the middle of Matt Madness. It's going to be quick this year. We're going to go through it and just tear through it. And it's going to be a lot of fun, but it's going to be quick because we don't want it to go into July. That would be crazy. I have not gone through any of the Barrel King single barrels yet, Devin. Not yet, but I will. I was dying. He couldn't shut the stream off fast enough. What did he do? All right. I can't go on from here until I look. Okay. I think I found it.
You just gotta go with it. I'm gonna blow on your butthole. Whoa. Oh, dude. Get me out of this stream right now, dude. Nah. Knows what they're doing. You just gotta go with it. I'm gonna blow on your butthole. Whoa. Oh, dude. Get me out of this stream.
Yeah. That will do it. Yep, that will do it. You live stream long enough for enough. You live stream for enough Tuesday nights. Eventually, the words "I'm going to blow into your butthole" come out of your mouth. It was bound to happen. You know what I mean? Like, we all think about it so often that eventually you're just going to say it and then be like, "Oh wait, did I say that live?" That's my friend. That's my friend. Oh my gosh. I think he was talking. The weird thing is, I think he was talking to the cat. I think he was talking to the cat. Huh. All right. Let's start with this one is Penelope Architect Build 10. Which one do I have? It's not near me. I have one of the Architect builds. I think I have build 3 or 4. Garbage. That works. America. Oh, love it. Love the sound of a good cork pop. Architect, build 10. Crap. No information on it. That means I must Google it. Shall I Google it or use my phone's talk to a friend feature? Give me information about Penelope Architect to build 10, please. Batch 6. Oh, please enter your birthday? Come on. Don't you know who I am? Do you not know who I am? My age does not permit me to enter? No, let me change it then. I really wasn't born then. Try this again. Stay finished. That's right. You know what? I think it's better that I taste it without knowing what it is. Even though now I know it's stay finished. I knew that already. It's like French oak and stuff, I think. Oh, wow. That has a... Why am I smelling like peat? Not your friend Pete, but like the moss. There is a smokiness to it. That reminds me of like... I'm nuts. That reminds me of like a malted whiskey, like a single malt almost. All right, what's build 10? There's got to be. Now I need to know because I'm sure I'm crazy. Architect bourbon. Build Bild. No, build BUILD 10. Build 10. Show results with 10. Build 3, build 7, build 9, build 6. Why can't I find build 10? Penelope bourbon. I'm afraid to taste this. Like it's going to goof up my taste buds. All right. Now I'll enter my birthday correctly this time. 11/11/1909. There. Tell me I'm too young now, mother effer. Haha, we're in. We are in. We tricked him with our birthday. Architect. Please enter your birthday again? Come on. Architecture is defined as the art or practice of designing and constructing buildings using those same principles. Yes, working in collaboration with Marie Redoux of France. No, not going to try. Okay. We use French oak staves and their state-of-the-art oak scan process to build a truly precise flavor profile. So which one is 10? Where's 10? I thought that they were all different. Oh, Porter. You should learn stuff before you talk about stuff. Straight bourbon whiskey, French oak stave finish, 104 proof, non-chill filtered. Blend of 3 bourbon mash bills comprised of 4 grains, corn, wheat, rye, and malted barley. Finished with 2 different types of French oak staves delicate stave, low tannin content, and intense stave, medium tannin. Why does it smell so? Maybe that's French oak. Maybe that's a heavy French oak. It is build 9. This says build 10. It says right there. Build 10. Come on, get in the light. Build 10. Very heavily finished. Maybe the French oak characteristic is something I've smelled more on like single malt whiskeys than on bourbons. Maybe that's why it reminds me of that so much. Light and fruity. Okay. Yeah, that is that French oak that's very prominent. If you're a French oak fan, that's going to be right up your alley. It doesn't really have a ton of traditional bourbon characteristics to it. It is very, very French oaky. Like very heavily French oaked. And that's kind of the major tasting note there. It's kind of bright syrupy. Almost butterscotch like. It's all right. It's not that like I said, this toasted stuff and stay finished stuff typically isn't my jam, but I'm definitely willing to try it all. And that's nothing against the whiskey itself. It's just what I prefer. Do I think that is a good whiskey? Yes, but it is not something that I would reach for very often. It doesn't taste 104 proof though. It tastes under that. Unless my proof meter is probably off today because I said that the 100 proof thing tasted 90 proof. So that makes sense. America. This is the Toasted Bourbon Batch 24. So toasted finish. My initial thought was this was a high rye bourbon. It seemed to have like a very rye-like kick to it. But without knowing the mash bill, I don't know if that is actuality or if that's just my my perception of it. Very lumbery. Green lumber is a note I typically pick up on toasted bourbon, and that is apparent here. Green lumber. It smells like a construction site. That's like there's like a miter saw before it gets the finger. Mm-hmm. It smells like you're in the path of a miter saw spitting. Much more delicate on the palate though than I thought. I was expecting a major toasty burst, but that's really well done. It's not heavily toasted, seemingly. Not aggressive. The nose seems to be more like pushing, that narrative that it's going to be something that is going to bite me in a way that I don't like to be bitten, with green wood teeth. But the palate is soft and gentle, and for a toasted bourbon, Maddie like. Street racers. Hear them? You hear that? Racing up and down the street. Just ripping it. Proper cork pop. DC's here. What's up, DC? Oh, I love that guy. Can't wait to get your hands on the older MGP barrels. I can't wait either for that. I'm super pumped about some older MGP to work with. It's going to be sweet. But all the barrels that I've messed with from Barrel King have been like fun to work with. Nothing, it's not like we were ever like suffering. Everything there has been fantastic. So yeah, grab those gears. Did you hear that? I think that didn't sound like, that sounded like paddle. Like, yeah, I know. Fourth gear though. So they're hauling ass out there. Hauling ass. I didn't even notice the Outer Limits shirt until now. Shame on me. I rewatch them every once in a while. I wish there were another show that was just like that. Yeah, Outer Limits, good show. But this is about a bowling ball. It's a bowling ball shirt. There's a bowling ball called the Outer Limits. Do I own one? No, just the shirt. Dig it. I dig the shirt. Oh yeah, bowling. We did. Wait. Sound like they're about to race again. They thought better of it. Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should. You never had me. You never had your car. America. This one is Barrel Strength Batch 18. Barrel Strength Penelope. Empty Glen. Bowling. So, league this week, I finally bowled all right. Wednesday night, I just let it rip. I've been struggling hard on this oil, like fresh oil, struggling. So I've been changing the way I bowl, and it's been just negative, not good at all. Been averaging a 140. Just bad, very bad. But this past week, I pulled out my biggest ASIM ball, and I got as far left as I could, and I just hooked that son of a bitch. So 188, second game, I went against my strategy that I had already said I was going to do, which was earned the 188, and I switched balls, and I started throwing it softer, and I kept 10 pinning. I think I left 10 pins, and I spared one of them. And what happens then is a 122, which is bad. But then third game, a 214. Because I went back to the strategy that was working. So I think I figured out this oil stuff for at least this pattern on those two lanes. We'll see next Wednesday when I bowl an 93 again, or an 87 or whatever it was. Ooh. Here we go. This barrel strength stuff smells very nice. It's like a corn pop, like a deep fried corn pop. Well, I'm sure you don't bowl very often. 140. If 140 is your all-time high, then you can't be bowling too much. Storm bowling balls for the win. I own 2 Storm bowling balls. The IQ Tour and the IQ Tour Ruby, the Pearl. The IQ Tour edition, the blue one, it does not work for me. The Pearl, the Ruby one, I've had some good games with it. That sounds like a 2002 Daewoo Lanos. I know the movie. That's shoot, he just got killed by a Daewoo Lanos. Mother effer. I don't know. I'm all over the place with bowling balls. 214 is a monster. 214 felt good, but it could have been much better. All my good games are never like, they're always better. They're always worse than they should be. Like missing a spare. Had an open 8th frame is what happened on that. Open 8th frame, and then 10th frame was like 7 spare 8 or something. Like I didn't finish the game good. I just didn't finish the game good. This barrel strength stuff smells phenomenal. They're all there's an underlying similarity to these Penelopes. I almost said Penelopes. I don't know what the ages are on the barrel strength, but it tastes maybe like in the 4 to 5 year range. I'm guessing they're still using MGP distillate. It's corn forward, but not in a bad way. It's not like young and grainy. It's just like has that corn pop to it. And my favorite is the thing that they didn't do anything to. I do like their barrel strength straight bourbon the most. The toasted bourbon is a runner-up. The Architect is just, it's too It's a little too raff. It's a little too quiet. It's a little too dangerous. It is a little too French oak, if you know what I mean. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. A little too raff. Why do you guys even watch this? I'm sorry. I'll try to get better. Yeah, I like the unaltered one the most. I do. It's good. The barrel strength is my fave, then the toasted, then the Architect. Okay, so that's that. The next ones up I have are the single barrels from Barrel King for June. There are 3 different ones, 76, 86, and 87. Let's see. 76, they're all wheated. They're all wheated bourbons. 76 is 116 proof. 86, 119.6 proof. And 87, 117.4 proof. And I'm not 100% sure on this, but I believe that all of their wheated barrels were in that 7-year range. So I think that they're all 7-year MGP wheated. The 45% wheated mash bill. 51.45.4. Oh, Hector better not be running 3 Honda Civics with spoon engines. He went to Harry's and bought 3 T66 turbos with NOS and a Motec exhaust system. Shit. That Hector. Playing the 9-pin charity event each year. Yeah, we play no tap on Tuesdays once in a while until my kids started T-ball again, and they do T-ball when no tap is happening, when 9-pin is happening, and T-ball. T-ball's fun. Ernie McCracken. That ball doesn't impress me much. Doesn't impress me much. Maury J. What's up, Matt? What's up, Maury? Maury. Oh, you. Bob Glass Barrel King membership equals great bourbon. I agree. I still can't get over the batch 88 that they put together. It's incredible. There was on Barrel King's YouTube channel, they posted a video today. It's like a 35-minute video of basically their process of building that batch, and it's definitely worth a watch. So go over there, subscribe to their channel, and watch that. Jared puts out videos a couple times a month, and this one was kind of behind the scenes process of like them really discussing everything that went into building that batch. By the way, I went to Barrel King 2 weeks ago, and I love them even more now. So we went on that trip. I went to it was a road trip. I drove from western Colorado, to Weston, Missouri. Actually stayed in, funny story, son of a bitch. You're gonna understand in a second why son of a bitch. But Leavenworth, Kansas is where I stayed the night before our Ben Holiday pick. And turns out there's a Leavenworth, Kansas, and also a Leavenworth, Washington. I reserved room at the beautiful Hampton Inn in Leavenworth, Washington, which did not go well when I tried to check into the Hampton Inn in Leavenworth, Kansas. So I had 2 hotel rooms that night because they wouldn't refund me for the first one. Oh, Priceline, you sons of bitches. Priceline builds websites that look like websites that are hotel websites. So I thought I booked a hotel room through Hampton, which I did not. I booked a hotel room through Priceline, which had a website that looked like a Hampton website. And Priceline refused to give me my money back. Why does that smell so damn good? What in the world? Is that the same with all of these? Yep. Holy shit. Okay. I made a couple notes when I first tasted and smelled these. 76, my initial thought was fruitcake. I can see that, but there's some citrus coming out of here too. It's like a citrus cream soda. Huh. Your mom was born in Leavenworth, Washington? Well, she could have got a room if she still lived there for free on me. Yeah, Jared's very passionate and a very good dude. He's even better in person. He's a funny guy. Funny guy. Let's see. Draft beers were unavailable on No Tap night? Oh, I get it. Come on, Gary. There's also a Leavenworth prison. Well, luckily I didn't have a room there. Leavenworth, Washington, better than Kansas? Yeah, the dudes at Ben Holiday didn't have a lot of great things to say about Leavenworth, Kansas. Although I did go bowling there. Listen to this shit. Go bowling in... you know what? I'm not going to fib. Sometimes bowling scores, you just start fibbing because you don't remember and you're just like, they were really good. So I drove 14 hours to Leavenworth, Kansas from here. Eventually got checked kids' step count for the day. Well, one of them wasn't wearing their watch. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Leavenworth bowling. 14 hours, checked into the hotel after I, realized that I had 2 rooms, and then immediately found the bowling alley and went. And just bowled very good. What was that noise? Shit's popping and breaking around here. Games. Come on, Matt. Probably not. Where was I? Oh, yeah. 76. Fruitcake. Orange cream soda on the nose. Wow. That is That is damn good. This is what's difficult. What's difficult is you work for someone. I work for Barrel King, obviously. So saying things, I don't want to get anything confused. Like I'm not gonna talk bad about Barrel King ever. There's nothing to say that's bad about them anyway. But I don't want anyone to think that I'm just spewing shit because I want them to do well, or I want people to. I'd lose credibility pretty quickly if I did that. So always know that I'm being honest when I say things. With that being said, the first single barrel that I tried, it's number 76, is levels above what I've tasted already tonight. And that's not me saying anything bad about Penelope. I love their brand, love their company, love the people who run Penelope. All great. Nothing bad to say about Penelope, but going from the last 3 things I tasted to this was we leveled up many, many levels. I don't like saying that because I feel biased, but at the same time, that's just the truth. That one weeded, jeez, that is so good. Yeah, the palate. Lately, I've been getting some fizziness, characteristics from whiskey, and that is on this one as well. Some bubbliness, effervescence, Julie would say. I'm getting that on here. The other one, I said cherry fizz on 86, but 76 has that on the palate. It's almost like those fizz candies I used to get. They come in a pack this long, and you tear them apart because they had perforated wrappers, and then they were different flavors. And you pop them in your mouth, and they were sweet. But then as soon as you broke the candy shell, whether you bit it like somebody who was very not willing to wait, what do you call that? It's a word. Or you just let it sit in your mouth until your saliva broke down the candy layer. Once it got to the inside of it, it just started fizzing out like a fizz candy. Leavenworth, Washington is a Bavarian wine village in the mountains. It's not where I stayed. Got wine slammered on tasting rooms and came home with 5 cases of good grape juice. That's funny, Jason. So while I was in Bourbon, Missouri, after the Ben Holiday pick, I tried the best wine I've ever tasted in my life. And I'll tell you what it is. And I'm trying to buy a bottle it's not going to happen now because my wife and I's anniversary is the 8th, and I was trying to find a bottle of it. It's super fucking expensive though. But I was trying to find a bottle of it because I wanted her to try it because it was so damn good. It's a Sauterne. It was from Jared, opened it up. It is, jeez. It's okay to search for it on the internet when you can spell it, but you don't know how to pronounce it. Chateau de Yquem. Chateau de Yquem. 2014 Sauternes. It was insanely thick and creamy, and it was the thickest, creamiest, most viscous wine I've ever tasted. Super sweet. It's like a dessert wine, but amazing. It's this stuff right here. Can you see that? Chateau de Yquem. So good. But that trip went really well. We went to the Ben Holiday pick was amazing. If you haven't been to Ben Holiday, it is a great place to go visit. If you can do a tour there, I would recommend that. Huge property, they say 170 acres or something like that. I said it reminded me of Jack Daniels of Missouri is what I called it. Super nice people, great bourbon, great history, definitely worth the trip. After that, we went to dinner, spent way too long at dinner, went to some secret tasting whiskey hideaway in this restaurant. It's called Whiskey River. in, I think we might have, I'm not sure what town it was in. It was near Weston, Missouri, though. It was called Whiskey River. Went there, had a great dinner, met the owner there, had a great time, spent too long there because by the time we left, I was exhausted. And I did not know how I was going to make the 4-hour drive to Bourbon, Missouri. But luckily, Ryan Alves of Bourbon Outfitter and Justin's Also Bourbon was with me, and he kept me awake. He spent probably an hour with me to see how many cheeses we could name. We passed the cheese castle. It said we have over 100 cheeses. And I said, there aren't that many cheeses. And he said, I bet you could name at least 20. And I said, I bet you I can't. So we spent the first hour naming cheeses together. And then the next 3 hours, he taught me about the Drake beef with shit. Drake is in a beef, or was in a beef, with another rapper. And I wish we had that 3 hours of content to show you guys, because it was Ryan mansplaining to me about this Drake beef. I did not fall asleep at the wheel. I was enthralled with rap beef. It was good. Good time. You want a score rating for this and batch 85? I can't score it because it doesn't... I can't. I don't feel like I can. Because it's just too... I'll tell you my feelings about it. I'll tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about stuff. But giving it a score rating feels a bit weird. Will I change my mind in the future and start scoring Barrel King stuff? Maybe. But I don't know. I don't want to come across as like in any sort of like my barrel picks. I've never like scored my barrel picks. Friends' barrel picks I've never scored. If I'm associated with it in any sort of way, I don't score it. If a friend's involved with it, I don't score it. It just feels strange, no matter how good it is. This one's 86. 86 was the one I said was, I had amaretto notes for one and cherry fizz for one. And the 86, see, that's what's weird is initially I said cherry fizz and I thought that's what I said, but when I smelled it, I thought amaretto. I can see cherry fizz on the nose. Let me smell 87 to see if I pick up on more of like a darker almond liqueurishness. Oh, yeah. All I had to do was calibrate. 87 is more of an amaretto, like a thick almond liqueur kind of nose to it. 86 is a bit brighter and a bit fizzier. A bit lighter and fizzier on the palate also. Apples, like a bright green apple. No, not green. Maybe it's not. Oh, more of a. It's like an apple and a pear got together, like a hybrid, like a an apple. Sometimes I say things dumber than Dan. Was it Zotz? Zotz candy was the fizz candy? Hells yeah. Turns out after 30 wine samples, they are the best wine I've ever had. Right? A wine tasting competition, some people call that. The Westward Sauternes cask is delicious too. Is that a single malt Sauterne finished single malt? Kendrick Lamar, that's the guy. 85, dude. Oh man. 85 is amazing. 88 is ridiculous too. You don't know nothing about a rat beef, but you're partial to Angus beef red or black. I could see that. 5 choices in June makes it difficult. Yeah. The single barrels are really good. So my blend was made from single barrels, obviously, but I hadn't compared my blend to these single barrels. Yeah, the amaretto note is sticking around. I'm a big fan of amaretto. I used to drink amaretto and Diet Cokes. You know, when I like to party hardy, amaretto and Diet Coke. Depending on the place you ordered it from, you know, it varied, and it was like a cherry Coke is what it tastes like. And after 16 of them, good night. Oh, 87 on the palate is the creamiest, but also definitely the most barrel char. The most barrel char involvement on 87. That might be the most like prominent pour of the bunch. Is that the highest proof or no? 87 was 117. No, 86 was higher. That's so weird because 86 doesn't taste as high proof as 87, but 87 is a ton more like, you know, the volume of flavor is so much higher in 87. 86 very good, but like a bit more timid than 87. It's crazy though to see the difference in these barrels that are all the same distillate, the same age, made at the same place, probably by the same dude. The nose on 76. The nose on 76 is the best. Now it's like a strawberry cream savor. 76 is damn good. 87. '87 is also damn good, but just so much more like ferocity. If you're looking for a delicious, creamy, sweet, full flavored, full powered wheated bourbon, 76. If you're looking for full throttle, full flavor, balls to the walls, like barrel char and aggressiveness, 87. If you're looking for more of a mild cherry fizz, sort of like sweet and almost like an effervescent wheated bourbon, then 86. Favorite, 76. Second favorite, 87. Third favorite, 86. On a given night, it could change, but that's my order. 76, 87, 86. Which is weird because typically my favorite is the highest proof. Not always. I picked the lowest proof 4-gate barrel, so there's that. All very good. Where's mine? America. Let's do just a sip of my blend just to see how it holds up. If it's way worse, will I tell you? Probably not. Like I said, I'm a man of honesty. And would I lie about it? Probably. That's just me being honest about lying. Okay. the way that this blend came together is what I'm so excited about, because I feel like it took all these parts of these different weeded barrels that I picked, and like the best qualities come out of them, and they just added it on top of each other while canceling out any of the negative stuff, which never happens. Oh shit! When you were talking about 85 earlier. For some reason, I was thinking that was last month. 85 is Swedish fish. Yeah, that is good. Do I think it is better than the single barrels? Yes. How much better? Not leaps and bounds better, but I think it is more well-rounded and suits my palate a little bit more. 76 is close. 76 is damn good. But I do like my blend a lot. And I'm not, it's like what do you call it? A breath of relief? No, that's not it. Shit, my brain's getting worse by the day. Next year at this time, I'm not even going to be able to speak a fresh of breath air. Nope, that's definitely not it. It's like when you're worried about something and then you're not worried anymore. Something. That's kind of how that is. I couldn't help it. I had to taste mine after I tasted the single barrels just to see if my thoughts were correct and validated. I feel good about it. Bob Glass 85 that's my blend. Thank you, Bob. What a guy. It's never a lie. It's always true. It may be someone else's truth, but it is true. Breath of fresh air. Fresh of breath air, whatever. Load off your mind. Sigh of relief. That's it, Chris. Chris nailed it. That's what I was going for. Sigh of relief. Matt, what is the single barrel? Well, the three were 76, 86, and 87. Favorite, 76, then 87, then 86. But that will vary from person to person depending on what you're looking for. Sigh. What's a sigh for? Oh, a sigh of relief. Is that it? I don't know. Chris Miller says Slippin' Jimmy 2 is phenomenal. Well done, Matt. That was a damn good barrel pick. So the weird thing is when we went to Ben Holiday, it was me. And the way in which you order people when you're speaking, I'm not sure why I'm worried about it, but there might be some English experts in the audience, 113 of you, that you might get annoyed by this. But it was me, Dan, Sean, and Ryan of the Ryan of Bourbon Outfitter. Or you could say Ryan, Dan, Sean, and I. Whichever way, I don't know how to word it. But the four of us. When we did our bourbon, like our barrel picks, we each had a different favorite, which never ever happens. Like nobody agreed which one was the best. So we all got our way when it came to the barrel pick. Is mine the best? Yeah, for sure. But we don't need to be comparing them and contrasting them. Unless, of course, you agree that mine's the best. In which case, shout out from a rooftop. Or out your first story window, whichever you prefer. Bob Glass has 3 single barrels. Oops. Yeah, there's 3 single barrels and 2 blends. 76, 87, and 86 are single barrels, and then 85 was my weeded blend, and then 88 is Batch to the Future, which is one of the best things I've tasted in a long time. Jared does magic. He must have a magic wand that he didn't show us. He probably has it somewhere, hiding somewhere. The the last two things I want to taste for sure tonight are from Bhakta. My relationship with Bhakta began when I tasted their... Shoot. It's not even back there. It's not even Bhakta. I tasted a rye that was blended with Armagnac, and I did not like it. And it was just in a haul video, like a whiskey haul video. And I said I wish I could have gone back to the store to return it. And it was kind of just a joke, but also, like, I just wasn't a fan. Somehow, some way, they caught wind of that video and emailed me and said, hey, try our other shit. And they sent me, which is like a pretty cool thing, like, hey, they could have been, dude, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and you're a complete novice dipshit. Go to hell and don't talk about us ever again. That could have been the email, but that wasn't. Instead, they were like, try our other shit. So they sent me their 2013 straight rye whiskey here. This is finished in apple brandy or Calvados casks, which I really like. I'm going to do a full review of that. And then they send me this guy, which I am so on the fence about even before trying it. It's just like I know what I like and what I don't. Kind of like the toasted stuff. This is Bhakta Armagnac cask finished bourbon whiskey distilled in 2014. So a 9-year MGP bourbon finished in Armagnac. 105.4 proof. Oh, wow. America and France. Contents under pressure. Holy shit. Right in my eyeball. It's got a glass stopper. So when you get up to elevation, the pressure inside the bottle is wherever the hell they bottled it at. And then the pressure up here is less. So all the cork pops from a fresh cork pop are like extra aggressive because the pressure inside the bottle is higher than the pressure outside the bottle. I think that makes sense. But that is the most aggressive blow cork I've ever seen. Right in my face. All right. Bhakta, by the way, I don't know the full story, but the previous owner of Whistle Pig, I believe, is the one who began or who started Bhakta Spirits. Bold American bourbon meets ancient Armagnac brandy, France's crown jewel. An exceptional coupling of our French and American cellars, this complex 99% corn bourbon underwent a 125-day secondary cask finish in French oak barrels. Released at cask strength at 9 years age, Baka 2014 bourbon symbolizes America's iconic bond with its oldest ally. Is French oak barrels the same as Armagnac barrels? They're using the term interchangeably, it looks like. So it is a 99.1. That makes this completely different because I've had 99.1 MGP before. Some of it has been a lot like light whiskey. Other things have been kind of like icky. I'm assuming that whatever they chose was, or whatever they had on hand was at least got to be. Wait, is that autographed? Or is it just, look at it. It says Raj on the back. You can't see it. It says it right there. Right there. Or is that just on every bottle? Oh, it's on every bottle. I just got excited because I thought it was autographed by a dude who I've never met or known. Raj. Anyway, 99.1 9-year bourbon finished in Armagnac casks. Old Carter Bourbon Batch 5 and Batch 14 are both 99.1. Yeah, I know Old Carter has messed with some of that stuff. Uh, shoot. I had the name of it is right. Oh, it started with an R. Rigler? Right, J. Right. It was like a Women of Whiskey's pick from some store in Chicago. It was I can't remember. It was so long ago. I think I tried it back on a live stream with my wife on Valentine's Day, like in 2020, like 4 years ago. We had like a Valentine's Day live stream, and I think it was one of the blind flights. Right. Riegler, right. Son of a bitch. I can't think of it. They are very cool looking bottles. That smells The funny thing is, I'm going to say this smells a lot like Armagnac before I open up their 50-year Armagnac. So it's very Armagnac forward, which isn't a bad thing. The 99.1 corn bourbon, so it's got to be 99% corn, 1% malted barley, aged in new charred oak for 9 years. Without a flavoring grain, does that like have a ton of depth to it? Probably not. So all the flavor is going to come from the oak typically. Who knows what char it was at? Was it like heavy char, low char? A lot of the flavor for a 99.1 bourbon is going to come from the oak. So maybe that is the best base for a finished whiskey. Maybe an Armagnac finished bourbon would work best on something that didn't have a ton going on already from a flavoring grain like rye or wheat. And when saying that and then smelling it, you really feel like there was some Armagnac paint laid down on a white bourbon palette wall. Yeah. Smells great though. Obvious signs of an Armagnac finished bourbon, like dates, like deep, dark, old grapes, prunes, stuff like that, like the darkest of fruits. Yeah, it's like you dropped some dates and prunes in a glass of wine, then smelled it after you were shit-faced drunk on whiskey. Yeah. Down the hatch. Ooh. Huh. Okay, it comes and goes. The finish on it isn't very long or like stellar, but for the time that stayed on the palate, it did some twists and turns. It did some gymnastics. Would it have made the Olympic Games? Probably not for the floor routine, but triple axel with a half twist stuck the landing, but the American judge, Matt, didn't give it the best score possible. Was that because a lot of it was from France and he only appreciates American whiskey? Maybe. Or was it truly not the most impressive thing he's tasted tonight? Also a possibility. You never know. You have to interview him. Sounds like a real bitch, though, that guy. Second sip. Man, the nose on it, though, is ridiculously good. The nose is like... I love when a bourbon smells this way. This has dusty characteristics. Like, if you poured this whiskey and gave it to somebody and said it was a 1970s bourbon from Turkey or 1970s bourbon from like Stitzelweller or something, it has that dusty library note to it that would confuse you if you thought that you were just tasting whiskey. Yeah. It is very... very fast and not heavy. It's very light, very brittle, very soft. Not in a bad way. It just makes, if you're looking for something that's going to stick around a lot and a long time, this is not it. If you're looking for something that's like right to the point and then gone, this is it. It's weird that the finish is like so quick to disappear. 125-day finish. So like what? 4 months? Something like that? Huh. It really took on a ton of Armagnac nose and then layered a little bit of Armagnac flavor onto the bourbon. But I was very smart. I was super smart when I said that it was a clean palate, because seemingly the only flavors you're getting are from that Armagnac for a short burst of time. It's not bad at all. It's good, and it definitely serves a purpose, has its spot. I like it more than I thought I would. That is definitely a compliment, because when it comes to Armagnac finished whiskey, typically I'm a pass most of the time. Travis, you 9 minutes ago said something inappropriate. Oh, I hear sirening. Just busting through there. Probably chasing the street racers. Good luck. You'll never, ever catch up to them. They were long gone a long time ago. Fancy Franchi Marine. What's up, Marine? Nice to see you. 2014 whiskey is really delicious. Also love the rum and several of the Armagnac. Yes, the founder of Bhakta is Peter Bhakta from Whistlepit. Marine, you are so smart. Thank you for the information. Can you agree that the 2014 bourbon finished Armagnac is kind of like a quick hitter? It's just like a, like she's there, she gone. 99 one needs to be 7 plus year to be good. I could see that, Travis. Jay Ryger, that's the one. You guys are so on top of everything. You're so on top of everything. OCB number 14. What's OCB number 14? OCB? OCB. Old Carter Bourbon? Is that what that is? Never had anything from Barrel King I didn't love. Probably 20 bottles. Bob, I'm right there with you. I think that a lot of people who haven't tried it, the number one complaint I see is people don't want to join, don't want to become a member, don't want to subscribe to something where each month they're getting a new bottle of something, you're really setting aside that money each month for a bottle from the same company. I think a lot of people are missing out. I can definitely see that argument, and it's not made for everyone. Bourbon budgets fluctuate, but I do think that for the people who haven't tried it, eventually they'll try it and they'll be like, shit, I should have done that a long time ago. Fancy Franchi, if you don't like your Baka, talk to me and I might buy it all off of you. I don't think morally I can receive something for free and then sell it to you. I don't think. Morally. I don't know. I'll have to check my morals. But so far, the only thing that I haven't liked was the Armagnac and rye blend. But I'll have to revisit that. Maureen just trying to buy free stuff from me. Short finish does not come with Barrel King releases for what I've purchased so far. Cheech is here. What's up, Cheech? I love me some Cheech Arlino. OCD is Glens Creek, Old Crow Distillery. Okay. I did not know that. 2014 is Lovely sipper. Rieger's is from Kansas City, yeah. All right. Now, for what I believe will be the final pour of the evening, unless I think of something else that we need to do. This is the Bhakta 1973, which is a 50-year Armagnac. Why did that come off there so easily? I don't know. It did, though. France. If your morals won't allow you to sell it, you can give it to me. See, that's more like it. Marine, you got to say that. You got to be like, hey, if you don't want it, you got it for free. That's so dark. That is so dark. 50-year Armagnac. Retail price on this bottle is like $400, I think. Look at the color of that. Holy crap. Come on, focus on the color. Come on. So dark. That smells like... That smells so thick. That is everything that I said Armagnac-wise on a finished bourbon. Like the grapes and the dates and the prunes and stuff. But like amplified. Turned up to 11. Almost to a sharpness. It's like it's all those dark notes, but then also at the nose is providing a sharp darkness. It's so concentrated, it's almost like bitter. That smells like a box of California raisins. Just a shit-faced box of California raisins. Wow. Go for a sip. $107.4 proof. Holy crap. That is... Oh my gosh. I know exactly how to replicate that flavor. If you have one of those little boxes of California raisins, take those out and go pour them into a bowl. Then go to your spice cabinet, or wherever you keep your pure vanilla extract, your Madagascar vanilla extract, and just pour the vanilla extract over those raisins and let them sit. And then eventually pop one of those raisins in your mouth. That tastes like vanilla extract and California raisin just mixed together. A liquid vanilla extract California raisin. It's good, but that's exactly what it tastes like. That's so weird. Listen, Josh, I don't know anything about Armagnac. I own an Armagnac. I think I own one. Which was a NASA. No, it's a Cognac Armagnac? I can't remember. I don't know what I have. I think I have one Armagnac. So to me, $600, no, because like I don't live in that world. All I can do is sip something and tell you whether or not I like it. For some people, it's probably worth that. That is wildly concentrated, though. This might give me some concentration. What would happen? All right. It's okay to do. What would be good blended with a $600 Armagnac? Think, Matt, think. Gotta be something. Let me take a gander. We're gonna find something. What about peanuts and raisins? Is that good? Not really. This is the Bourbon Junkies Jack Daniel's Single Barrel. America. What would happen if you put some 50-year Armagnac, which tastes like where did it go? Well, it can't be too hard to find. That's the one. Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof with 50-year Armagnac. Give it the old SJ, the old spin job. Jason Kobe just joined last month. Have had personal text from Sydney, sent me a barrel king glass and pen to welcome me, and then got Matt's 81, which is fantastic. Don't think I'm canceling anytime soon. That's awesome, Jason. They're definitely they treat their people great, including me. I can't say enough good things about Barrel King. I'm not mixing it with Dickel, Travis. Come on, Travis. I mixed it with a different Tennessee whiskey. Look at the color of that now. It's like it turned that Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof into like craziness. The Armagnac is fantastic. Would have gone with the high proof rye, says William Hall. Have we had Armagnac finished ryes? Yes. Cognac finished ryes? Yes. Have we ever had a 50-year Armagnac mixed with Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof? No. Think outside the box. Huh. It's weird. After smelling the Armagnac, it's hard to smell something less than that. Oh, there's me. That's nice. Oh, did you shower within the last 6 hours? Possibly. Probably. Any outdoor time today? Nope. I feel like the Armagnac really took over the Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof here. Let's go for a taste. Down the hatch. That's interesting. Let's just say it's not a home run, though. That is a bit of... I feel like you flew out deep to right field. Did it look good on the way? Sure. But came up short of the warning track, and you just got the third out of the inning. Not what I wanted for that. That's a bummer. Let's fix it. Oh, I'm not tied down. I forgot. I've got the other mic on. Let me fix it. I'm going to get something to fix it with. Be right back. 1 second. We're back, bitches. Brittany's back. Some are good. Doc Holiday 8-year Georgia bourbon. Very charry and like bold. Straight bourbon whiskey aged 8 years. Not a fan of this, but I think it can't hurt this Armagnac Jack Daniels monster we got going. Now we're getting somewhere. That smells awful. But in a great way. Pungent. Stings the nostrils. That's bad. I try to trick myself into liking it. But turns out, I'm just as honest as they come. And turns out, when you mix random shit together, bad news. That was bad. Should have went Baka to the Bhakta just to drink that. Maureen was right. Fancy Franchi, I should not have ruined that Armagnac. And not only did I ruin it, but I put a stamp on it and sent it straight to hell. Then it got returned to me because there wasn't enough postage. And that sucks because I put more postage on it. And that's going to be late. Late to hell. Not a good look. Time to blend Dickel, because why not? All right. You know what? We're already this deep, right? We're already this deep. Let's do it. Is there any Dickel that's near me? Nope. Where is it? Nope. Nope. Son of a bee. This is embarrassing. I can't find any George Dickel except for this, which is an issue because I don't want to do that. I feel like that's rude to do that. I don't have a Baby Hudson. That's what I looked for. I was looking for that and I can't find it. Oh, that's the only one I could find. No, I do like listen, the 50-year Armagnac is phenomenal. The bourbon finished Armagnac 2014 is good. It's just it's a very brief experience. I do like it though. Josh Fritz, there's a very mineral aspect to it. Like if you had Flintstone vitamins as a kid, that is a prominent note that a lot of people get in George Dickel. What did you ask, Travis? Well, Travis, you said to do it a long time ago, before the other stuff, right? That's my bad. And I haven't done anything yet. I feel like I tried to redeem myself and then just nope. 13th Colony Double Oaked. Do I have any of that? Hold on. All right, let's see what we can do with this. America. All right. For the sake of exploration. That's not it. Where did it go now? Oh, here it is. We don't like to ruin things with George Dickel Tabasco, but little this. Probably enough. Let's see what happened there. I don't feel like the Doc Holliday was a wrong turn, but I think that this might add to that. Let's see. That smells a lot like what the Doc Holliday did to it, but at another level. John Cloud is here. What's up, John? Blake Benson is here. Awesome. All right, Travis, serious. Honestly, this smells pretty damn good. Very grapey still. Very the notes of the Armagnac are still like standing tall with pride. But there is a dark bourbon note that the Doc Holliday and the 13th Colony Double Oaked have imparted in, like, it's like they're face to face with the Armagnac, like, bitch, who runs this shit? And they can't agree on it. And it looks like they're going to go to battle, and I'll have to be the decider. Which one wins? Let's find out. That is weird. That is why blending is strange. Because the more you think you understand what something will do to a blend or to a mix, it will humble you so quickly and tell you how stupid you are immediately. That seemingly canceled out everything, and that had very little palate to it at all. It was very like, it was like, what do you call, like when, shit, like a positive charge and a positive, it's like repelling each other. That completely, like, the palette is negative now. There's like, what you would think would be an explosive, crazy palate. The nose is that, but the palate is so just dimmed down. Then it smells like it's going to be very robust. But the palate is basically non-existent. That's weird. Null. That's the one. The bourbons are getting the wrath of the grapes. I think that they killed each other. I think it was a vicious fight, and at the end of the day, no one was left standing. It was probably something that will be written about in history books by the lone survivor. Me. Thankfully, I'm great with words and will be able to enunciate the battle well with whoever decides to write that story. And there will be no pauses or lack of words throughout. That was fun. Did I destroy that Armagnac? Yes. But when you have a 50-year Armagnac and you taste it and you really enjoy it and you're like, wow, that's crazy, it's like you got something in your hands that you don't ever have. So I had to play with it a little bit. And that we did. Did it result in anything awesome? No. It resulted in the opposite. But I'm glad I did it. And thank you, Bhakta, for sending me the bottle of the 2014 Armagnac finished bourbon. I do enjoy. My favorite Bhakta to date, though, is this. Their 2013 rye, finished in Calvados casks. This is my favorite Bhakta by far. I really, really like this. Like a 10-year rye finished with some apple brandy. Oh, shoot. That smells good, too. Super solid pour. That's my favorite one. So that's very nice of them to send that. And again, just to let everyone know, uno, dos, tres. I have 3 samples of the 50-year Armagnac that I will be doing a giveaway for in an upcoming live stream. As soon as I get out all this stuff that I need to send out to people who have already won stuff on Patreon and on live streams, once I get all that out, I will feel extremely relieved, and I will have a breath off my shoulder like we talked about earlier, and then we will do more giveaways. So we have 3 of those. We have some Baka 2013 bourbon that's finished in Armagnac casks that will go with it. So those will sit here until we do a giveaway for those. And I've got some other things that I'd like to do a giveaway. I'd like to include in some giveaways, but like I said, I don't want to do that until everything that has already been done is done. Because geez Louise. Travis agrees to something. How many Matt Madness samples do you have to pour and send out? That's a great question, Jason. Do you want to do the math with me? Let's do the math. There are... Oh, my battery's at 10%. That's low. There are 4 preliminary stepladders with 6 in each stepladder. I might need some help with this math. If each... I'm going to need some help. So somebody help me out. That's a Franchi thing, I'm guessing. Or Luke, if you're still in here, super smart. So there are 4 stepladders with 6 contestants each. The winner of the bottom stepladder, like the bottom seed 5 and 6, will go up to face number 4. The winner of that will go up to face number 3, the winner of that number 2, and then the winner of that number 1. So 5 and 6 have to receive all the samples of the other in case they keep winning. So 5 and 6 have to each receive a minimum of 5. So that's 5 for 6 and 5 for 10. So that's 10. And then 4 has to receive at least 4. So 14, 17, 19, 20. I think that that's 20 samples minimum, because as we get to the top of the stepladder, there might be more samples required. So 20, very minimum 80 samples per stepladder, or 80 samples total, 20 per stepladder. I think, pretty sure. Blake Benson is very close to what I feel like at 1 million. Bourbon Hunter Lee gifted 10 ADHD whiskey memberships. You son of a bee. Thank you very much. The samples, they're a lot, but it's not like I'm so used to it every year, sending out boxes and boxes and boxes. But thank you for mentioning that, because I think that the box of sample bottles I purchased were, how many were in there? What did I just say? 80? Did I say 80? Oh no. Your orders delivered May 28th. Oh yeah. Guess what? I'm way smarter than I look. Glass bottle outlet, pack of 108. 108 sample bottles, which will more than cover the first preliminary rounds. 80, let's say I missed by 20, which would be 100. Okay, so we're good. I'll just have to order more before the finals. So I should order more right away. Yes. What else did I want to talk about before we left tonight? I had a whole list. We talked about the Ben Holiday trip, my car ride with Ryan, and naming cheeses. He said cream cheese is a cheese. I don't think that cream cheese counts. Barrel King. Man. Walking into Barrel King was a different experience, because like I'm employed there, but I've never met anybody in person except for Jared. Lovely. Everyone's lovely. If you ever find yourself near Bourbon, Missouri, pop in, check it out, say hi. You will feel nothing but love, and probably more than that. Talked about how I did in bowling league. Oh, home inspection. I did home inspection this week. We had to clean we did a 2-week clean in this house. Kind of longer, because I tried to clean out the garage before that. Home inspection. Got an email yesterday saying, hey, thank you for keeping the home so clean. We are going to extend your lease if you would like to, and we're only going to increase it by a friggin' lot. So rent went up, but at least we still get to live here. Oh, hot springs. Went to the hot springs. We had company for a week. My sister-in-law and her husband, so my brother-in-law, visited for a week because my nephew graduated high school last Saturday. So we have had company for a week. They left this morning. We brought them to the hot springs in Glenwood Springs, which is like super nice. It's a nice, enjoyable time. I am a nice guy, and I purchased did I purchase? I might have. I can't remember. Probably did. Knowing me, that's a joke. But I wasn't drinking because I was driving, but I got my wifey a beer and her sister a beer and freaking Kenny, my brother-in-law, a beer. Got 3 beers. And I had to walk out of the hot springs pool up to the bar area, which was freezing cold. Nipples just aching. Waited in line, got 3 beers, walked back to the hot springs pool where they were enjoying themselves and being so warm. How warm? 100 degrees. I think it was a 100-degree pool. And I had 2 beers in this hand. They were Leinenkugel Summer Shandies, one here and one stacked on top, and then another one in my other hand. And then I stepped down into the hot springs pool, 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, fall. Totally sober. And did I fall in the direction of 0 people? No. I fell in the direction of every people. And I basically felt like I was a running back trying to break through to the end zone. And I collided with people, but I kept all the beers above the surface of the water. And then I resurfaced and was like, holy shit, that just happened. And I'm so sorry. They said it was okay, but I felt very dumb. Because I fell on my friggin' ass. Scraped up my knees real bad. They weren't even beers for me. What else do I got? Carboy bourbon. And Russell's Pick. I have a Russell's Pick for Patreon. So, I'm going to be in Lexington and do a Russell's Pick in September. Date has been confirmed. Hell's yes. And Carboy bourbon is the 6-gallon Carboy infinity bottle I have. Patrons beginning in June. Every month we're doing 6 picks for $3.75 Carboy bourbon bottles. That's what's happening. Desiree, I know. It was... The funny thing is, I fell into a group of people and I made eye contact with 0 of them. I was embarrassed. I was very embarrassed. Fat man, 3 beers, totally sober, falling into a group of people. Yikes. Hope Carboy is better than your Armagnac blend. That wasn't a blend, it was an experiment, Jason. That was an experiment. Sounds like our landlord. You're taking good care of the place. I'm raising your rent. Yeah, they said that their expenses has risen 25% and they're trying to spread it out. Like, my expenses have also risen a lot. So you don't take that into consideration. Stilton cheese? Never heard of it. Fremunda cheese? Ugh. Show wife? Not today. Maybe some other time, though. Are you using old math or new math? Great question, Ken. Liquid Ministry bottles come in 48. Yeah, these are the Boston rounds. Yeah, I think that's going to do it. I got to everything I wanted to get to. Tasted through a bunch of stuff. Now that we have company out of the house, it's just us for the time being. It's time to really ratchet it down, and shoot some videos. I have a ton of content to shoot, lots to edit, and we're going to go from there. So thank you for being patient. Hopefully you just love this face and you can't get enough of it, because tons of more coming soon. Matt, you sound good, look good, and have a great palate. Thanks for all you do. Ty Leasy, thank you. I sound like a lispy jerk. That's what I sound like. It's getting better, though. It varies by the day and my saturation of liquid in my mouth. The drier it is, the worse it is. And the wetter it is, the worse it is. It's got to be like a perfect concentration of saturation for me to not sound like a total idiot. All right. I'm calling it a night. Thank you, everyone, for being in here. I really, really appreciate it. Hopefully, Matt Madness starts next Friday. And it's a whole new format and should be a lot of fun. Love you all so much. Have a great evening. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, your head in the clouds, but your mind on throwing 12 strikes in a row. Because that's perfection. And it doesn't hurt to be perfect once in a while. And if you can't throw 12 strikes in a row, then just pretend you did. And maybe other people will find your imperfection perfect. And if they don't, it's perfectly fine. Good night. I tried to end it with good night and I failed. Son of a bitch. Can you ever do anything right? Good night.